This is the wood. Will you get what, Miss Raisin?
Get wood. It's so good.
That is a fact. Jack off. You missed your camera, dude.
I know, right?
Anyways, it's Monday, I think. It's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to double check too.
Yeah, it's Monday. We're here. Nobody else is. Not yet, anyway. I've been a busy little beta. I did tap earlier for a little bit.
Ooh.
Been live on the talk. The talk.
Tickety-tockety.
That's actually the first time I've ever called it that, the talk.
The tip of the talk.
So everybody have a good weekend.
All right. Whitewater raft on the mountains.
You did what?
You did what?
Whitewater rafting up in the Poconos.
Sounds like fun.
I thought that was last week.
What?
I don't understand what's happening.
Rafting, like a blow up inflatable thing. You sit in it with paddles. You go over rapids.
Yeah, but you didn't do that.
What?
You didn't do that.
I like water more than I like people.
I like putting my water in people. That
I like
makes
water and people.
That made no sense whatsoever. I don't know where the fuck Red Eye is. Send him a message.
He's too cool for us.
He's too good for us.
Yeah, he's got stuff to
Too
do.
cool for school. So now, every time I go into like TAP or DP, that honest red dude's off there talking shit on them. And you know,
Walk up his butt about that shit?
yeah, I don't know what his problem is.
He said you don't want none, Pimpmunk.
I don't want none.
That's exactly what I thought when I read it. I was like, yeah, he probably doesn't.
Yeah. I'm too good for you. He's beneath me. You all are. Now that I am a TikTok superstar phenomenal person. I'm
Phenomenal extraordinaire.
phenomenal.
Do.
So they took Donald Trump's passport.
What now?
From what I heard earlier, they took Donald Trump's passport.
Oh shit.
I don't know if that's exactly true, but somebody said it earlier. I don't know where I heard that. Somebody Google that and see if that's true. It may not be true. I don't want to report false, fake news.
Trump's passport returned after Mar-a-Lago search, DOJ officials said.
So do you think it was his son-in-law that dimed on him?
Well, apparently a lot of people said it's Giuliani.
Yeah, there are people saying that it might be his son-in-law too.
Dude. To me, Giuliani would make sense. He would be the one.
He's a rat. He looks like a rat.
He's a rat, dude. Giuliani, like, if he played like a rat in like a mobster movie, I wouldn't believe it because it'd be too like.
Oh yeah.
Like,
he's got that. He's just. Yeah. And you talking about going from like hero to zero. Because he was like worshipped for a long time there because he happened to be the mayor of New York when 9/11 happened. He didn't do anything any other body wouldn't do. He happened to be the mayor.
He did less than what anybody else would do.
Yeah, it's true. So it wasn't like but they praised him so long because of that shit. I was like, yeah, it was a major tragedy. It was fucking hell. We all know that. Especially me and you, Ray. We were actually alive at that point.
Yeah, my angry thought
Yeah.
immediately was too bad he wasn't in Building 7, but that's me being a bitch. I'm
I was
cranky.
fully
and I've
potty
got him.
trained.
He should have been in Building 7. His bunker was in Building 7.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
That was a hell of a day. But, you know, he just happened to be the mayor, and then the shit was, you know, went crazy.
He
Yeah,
just
he's
happened
a
to be
little
the mayor the day that everything went off the fucking rails, and somehow that makes him a good guy.
I know, man. Like, you know, when like COVID happened, right? When COVID happened, and you know, things kind of shut down, but didn't really shut down. But people, I'm like, you know, I remember 9/11 when things really did shut down.
Yeah.
I mean, people didn't understand when 9/11 happened, nothing was open.
That was weird shit, man.
I mean, it wasn't like COVID. Everybody was talking about how everything was shut down, but yet you could go to the grocery store, you could go to the restaurant. You couldn't do that when 9/11 happened.
You know,
That for a couple of days around here anyway. Everything shut the fuck down. 2 days. And every channel on TV, I mean, even PBS, goddamn Nickelodeon, everything was covering 9/11.
Yep. Yeah.
Not one channel did not have 9/11 coverage.
I remember everybody being like a zombie the next day. It was really weird. Like, it carried on too. It wasn't just the day it happened. Like, it was still going on for a solid 24 hours at least, where it was just nonstop coverage on every channel.
It was a very different time. And people don't really understand like how much the world changed in one day.
I forgot my birthday that year. Everybody did.
Yeah.
Everybody did, because it was the next day.
Because it was, you know, people say shit like that all the time, well, the world changed. But the world actually did change.
Yeah, our laws changed, everything.
Everything changed, yeah. I mean, it was like the way we went to the airport, the way we went to restaurants, the way we went, everything.
People forgot their history real fast and traded their safety, their security for their freedom for security.
They did.
9/11 happened, now I can't even smoke in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But everything, it was like the next day there was a different world. It was weird, man. And for like a while, like for longest while, everybody was on pins and needles.
Nobody knew what the fuck was going on, man. Like, how the shit did that happen?
Yeah, and you remember when, and then you know, a couple other things that happened not too long after that. Like, remember the guy who I don't know if you remember it. I'm sure you do. The guy who sent the ricin, started sending ricin to everybody, and they started saying it was
the anthrax.
Yeah.
Yeah, the anthrax.
Senators were getting Leahy.
Yeah, and they started saying it was. They immediately started saying it was.
Yeah, and I remember that fake anthrax that was supposed to be mocking the original one was also sent. And if you looked at the fucking postmarks, it was sent. It was sent. Yeah, it's not good stuff. There's all kinds of.
And it also wasn't too much longer after
US
that.
lab. And we destroyed the samples.
Yeah, and it also wasn't too long after that. The DC sniper.
When what? I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember what year that was.
Well, it was maybe the next year or two. I don't know. But
yeah, 2002. Shit.
Yeah, it was next. That's what I thought. Next year. It wasn't too long out. You know, that's what I'm saying. And dude, that kept people on the edge too, because it started in Alabama, right? And it ended up in DC.
Yeah, I know they were in DC. I don't remember where.
See, they lived in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
They were in Alabama when they started. Well, I'm not sure if they started shooting in Alabama, but that's where they started, right? And it was, and like people like, well, they're up in that. You know, they kind of, and you know, honestly, I'm glad they stayed in that like area that they were in for, because if they could have just and not got caught at all for a while, but that was a weird situation too.
Yeah.
That was a weird situation. I was looking up some stuff about that the other day about the DC sniper and all that stuff, and there's such a misconception out there about something about how, you know, the majority of serial killers is white and all that shit. Dude, there's a lot of white serial killers, by the way. I looked up some stuff. There was a lot of them.
I'm sure there's twisted people of all walks of life. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying that now there's a misconception that there's and then you hear people say, black people are not responsible for any of the world's tragedies. Really? Do you not read history?
Mm.
I mean, do you not know how the slave trade got started? I mean, yeah. But it's crazy. It's crazy. But I don't know how I get on that. I'm all over the place. But yeah, dude, that was a different time for sure. It really was. So, Dirty Dirt, how you doing? Your shirt really goes with the background.
Yeah,
Just that whole psychedelic shit. That's like a Pink Floyd shirt. Is that a Pink Floyd shirt? It's a Pink Floyd shirt. Yeah. I like to see what's the top of it.
I like me some Floyd, man.
Oh, dude, Pink Floyd is fucking amazing. I think that a lot of you know who likes Pink Floyd? People who are really into music. But people who just you don't hear
people want that. Yeah, people just want that bubblegum pop kind of this music's good to listen to. I'm driving in my car. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of Pink Floyd is good for that. They have such a wide selection of sound. It's good.
But you don't hear you don't hear people say throw the Floyd on. You don't hear people say it.
Unless there's some mushrooms or something like that around.
Yeah.
I was gonna say people who do drugs like Pink Floyd.
I used to listen to Floyd a lot back in the day.
I went to the Floyd Laser Light Show at the Franklin Institute. I was not sober for that.
Nobody's saying anything in our chat room, by the way. I don't think nobody's here. Fuck them. I hope they die. Luna was supposed to be in here. In the chat, not in here.
My earth science teacher in high school, I got to talking to him one day, and he ended up telling me, man, I went to one of the last ever Grateful Dead concerts where they were all there together, and I'll never forget it. He was standing in line at a cart waiting to get some fried chicken, and he said he looked down and saw a bright neon sticker on his shirt that said TGIF. And he said before he could take it and rip it off, his buddy was like, no. He said it was slow motion. It was done. So apparently around this time, there was a dude who was going around these concerts following the Dead, and they called him the Mad Doser because what he would do is stick LSD-stoked stickers to people's clothing or what have you. And to the uninitiated who may not know, LSD is absorbable through your skin.
It is.
Yep.
So you touch it, and you're suddenly tripping. And he said, look, man, as soon as he told me what was going on, I thought, well, I could go to the ER and probably freak the fuck out, or I could try to ride it out and have a good time. And about 20 minutes later, the light show got really cool.
Oh, my.
That was all he said about it.
I never really cared for
Griffin Dead's all right, man. I like some of their stuff. It's it's not everyone's a hit for me, but some of them, it's in the same vein of you got to be someone who appreciates the music of it. They're pretty good. It's a couple songs.
They were massively popular, like a cult for a while there. The Dead.
Well, that's because of all that.
Dead, yeah.
That's the acid.
I didn't mean a real cult.
Well, I mean, you must not followed. You must not follow the bands, follow the tours and the bands, man.
The Dead and Dave Matthews do sort of seem like a cult sometimes when you go to their and the Jimmy Buffett stuff too. There's some dedicated fans in those parking lots, man.
Yeah, they are. Jimmy Buffett does have
Or Fish.
Oh God. Yeah. Fish, Humphreys, McGee, all the bands that the Deadheads follow, man. I'm telling you, that's the Deadhead cult, though.
Because they're not following the music.
Yeah. Farmies and Flyers. Woo!
You're a pothead.
I'm a what?
Yeah, Raisin. You're freaking.
You can't even see me. You don't know what I'm doing.
I was talking to Dirty stuff.
He tried to blame me. As if I'm like sitting here packing a bowl or something.
He's a bitch. Don't worry about it.
Dude, I watched Train Spotting last night.
For the first time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the first time? Okay.
Yeah, that was because it's one of those ones, everyone's always like, watch this. You got to watch this. And it's like, okay, let's see. A trip indeed.
It's a trippy movie, man. It's a good movie. So
probably the best part of it off is when they're fighting over the bed sheets. Yeah. And like, they're my sheets. It's like it was like your cork champagne situation.
Hi, Danielle.
I got on a Martin Scorsese kick the other day. Started watching a bunch of his movies, old and the newer ones. I went all the way back to watch Taxi Driver, which is
the ending of that movie like blew my mind. Like, again, just going to that movie not knowing what to expect, like that shit really blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck is this?
The cool thing about it is that the actual ending, it went back to normal. It went back to normal. Standing out there by his taxi cab, talking to his fellow taxi drivers. Trip. He ended up being a hero. So it's a good. And I also watched Mean Streets. I hadn't seen that in years. That's a good one.
I did watch Inglourious Bastards for the first time.
Oh my God, it's my favorite.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Dude, Brad Pitt is fucking phenomenal. Brad Pitt's a really good actor.
Yeah.
I really liked him a lot of this movie. A lot of this movie. I think he's a really good actor. And he's a good crier in movies too, brother. You ever see Legends of the Fall when he cries at his brother's grave? And he's a good crier.
Dude, the acting in Train Spotting was nuts. Like, honestly, it was really good.
That is a very well-told story, though. Even though it is crazy, it's all over the place.
And it's all exactly. But yeah,
it's all over the place. But if you watch it and really get into the story, it's about the movie's about addiction.
Yeah,
it's what the core of it. It's about a bunch of justice, and it's
and tears them apart too. Like it's fucking
it fucks up their world, dude.
Like, God, that whole scene fucked me up. I was like, oh, okay, like that's that's quite the movie, man.
The little guy with the mustache, he fucking trips me out. But anyways, it's a good movie though. I like it. It's been a while since I've seen Train Spotting, but I remember the first time I seen it, I was like, damn. I had to rewatch it because it's one of those movies. Like I said, it is all over the place, but there's reasons for that. It brings it. It's well choreographed chaos, basically.
It is.
Yeah, so it's I liked it. I liked it a lot. I watched.
I was just saying, it's weird. That's like just it's straight edge ass people who are like telling me to watch this movie.
I watched the second season of. I forgot the damn name of the show. It's on HBO. About the religious people. John Goodman's in it. What the fuck? It's funny as hell. That's a good show. What is the name of that?
Righteous Gemstones?
Yeah, Righteous Gemstones. That's it. That's a
funny
show.
Fucking. That's funny shit.
It's
really, it's on HBO
show.
Max.
Yeah, HBO Max.
HBO Max. Have you seen like Eastbound and Down? Any of his other comedy TV series things?
Mm-mm.
Well, I haven't seen Eastbound and Down yet, but I've been told that's better than Gemstones.
Eastbound and Down's pretty good. It's really good.
I'll have to check it
out.
But
the reason I like Gemstones is because you think it's going to be pure just goofy, but there's got a serious side to it, and it's got an underlining. whoa, wait a minute, this is fucked up. You know, they're about to kill this motherfucker. This shit happened. You know, so there is that. It's well written. It's well written.
I know they do good about like it's like super like slapsticky and funny, but at the same time, like they show their
John Goodman is a brilliant actor.
Exactly. Like, and that shows an example of his range. Like,
yes, it does. I think John Goodman is very underrated as an actor. He was excellent. Excellent. I love that show.
I don't think I give him enough credit because I always kind of considered him to be the poor man's John Candy. But John Candy's been gone for so long now. He's his own thing.
I love John Candy, but I love John Goodman too. I think John Goodman was, by the way, I don't give a fuck what you think about her or whatever, but Roseanne was a good show. That was a good fucking sitcom.
Yeah, it was.
That was a damn good show. And the one reason it was such a damn good show, I always compared to King of the Hill. And here's why. Because it seemed real. King of the Hill was a cartoon, but it had real stories.
Yeah.
It had real shit going on, right? Roseanne seemed like a real fucking poor American family.
Yeah, I could definitely relate to it the same way, like, and it had like the character that I could get down with, like that so-called life Daria kind of like.
It wasn't beautiful model, like really beautiful. It was a fat woman and fat man husband. It was just normal. It seemed like normal people.
Yep.
And it was well done, well casted. All the characters fit right. So I love the show. Now, what do you think about Roseanne? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think her personal shit ever really came into. Well, I mean, depending on how you want to argue it, you could say her views came into the show, but like.
I don't think they should have got. I don't think she should have got fired from the show when they brought it back. Do you realize when they brought that show back, it was the highest rated TV show on Fun? I mean, it broke fucking records.
I think you nailed it there with what it was, because like that was I would in my personal opinion, I would say that was the most accurate portrayal of Middle America at the time.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, like you had the spoofy versions with like Married with Children and stuff, but there was no spoof to that. Like that was this like your week, It's
kind of like what we're talking about with the Righteous Gemstones. It was comedy, but it had an underlying, seriousness to it as well.
Well, it was comedy in that, like, the same way, like, you would learn to laugh at the crazy situations in your own life.
Yeah, I mean, there was like a situation where Jackie was getting, domestic abuse.
Right, and they dealt with serious stuff. A lot of things, like different strokes dealt with serious stuff, but there was an air of like,
I love
your family. Yeah, me too. But a lot of those shows had too much. Like nobody's family was that clean and good. You know what I mean? At least nobody that knew.
I watched different shows a couple of weeks ago. There's Freebie, a site called Freebie, which is free, but I watched some different strokes. I love that show.
Yeah.
You ever watch different strokes?
Nope. I ain't seen that one.
It's the one starting Gary.
If you want to understand our generation, that's one of them you can watch. Like,
there's Gary Coleman. What you talking about? But yeah, it was a good show. I remember the Gooch. Never seen the Gooch. But you remember the Gooch. Because the Gooch was a character was talked about a lot, but never seen. Until I think eventually they did show the Gooch as a girl. She was a bully, right? The Gooch was a bully at school, and I think they went 2 or 3 years right without showing the Gooch, and eventually they showed the Gooch.
It was a big joke because it was like, oh shit, the Gooch is a chick.
Yeah, the Gooch was a chick. Yeah. But yeah, it was a good show, and it did touch on. That show did touch. I like it when shows were like ahead of their time.
They had a deep upper. They Kimberly got they dealt with some heavy shit. Like, and
I said another show that dealt with shit that was ahead of their time. That was Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke dealt with racism. It dealt with domestic violence and all kinds of shit in this show. It was also the longest running show for a long time. But Gunsmoke was pretty good. That was a good old show. I like that. But yeah, Different Strokes was good. But yeah, Rose. I think Roseanne was an excellent show. Excellent. My mom loved it too because they were relatable characters.
That was my mom's shit. Fucking Roseanne and Reba.
A lot of people like Reba.
My mom likes some Reba.
Yeah. Reba wasn't a bad show either, and it did, it touched on teen pregnancy. And,
the Facts of Life. There were a lot of shows like that back then that dealt with stuff like that. Like the Facts of Life, definitely, but that was more, I think, of a girls' show because it was about girls.
But God, I would hate Joe's coaching.
Man, Jo was definitely the coolest. She was definitely the coolest.
She was so fucking hot. She was so hot. You know the one that played Blair? The funny thing about the one that played Blair was she was a little bitch, right? She's actually, they said she was like the sweetest person in her life. The sweetest one of them. And she was actually on Survivor.
What?
Yeah, she went on Survivor years later, right? She was in her 30s and 40s, whatever. She went on there, and nobody, there was a lot of young folks on the show that didn't recognize her, but one of the older guys walked up to me and said, I know who you are. Because she was hiding it from him. And he knew her. He recognized her. That was a good season, too, by the way.
She's got that smile, like in those eyes that squint. Like I don't know how you'd ever forget that,
She's pretty. She was always pretty.
I always wished I could go live with Mrs. Garrett. She seemed like such a nice lady.
Yeah, Miss Garrett got good head.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Crow's the only person that's ever said anything tonight.
Caw.
This has been a boring fucking chat.
I know y'all. They don't give a shit, dude.
They're not worth me.
Make us cry.
Shit, stop it.
No.
Dude, I did that shit for about a week. I had to go. Goddamn, I'm sick.
God. Yeah.
But the thing about it is, I wasn't like it. The worst thing to me was the fucking headaches. I had the COVID headaches.
Yep.
Bitch.
Yeah.
I couldn't get rid of them, dude.
Yeah, I meant to I remember you talked about having it on one of your lives on TikTok, and I meant to ask how you're doing, but it seems like you're a little better.
I'm way better. I'm pretty much over it.
That's good, man. Yeah, that's just no fun. I had it too, and yeah, even being vaccinated, yeah, it's gonna be fucking hella fucking headache, bro. That shit suck. And I'm always coughing, so I wouldn't really notice that too much.
I had a cough, but I cough a lot too.
I cough a lot too. It's generally when I'm inhaling things.
Reba's got a new show, does she?
The new Reba.
You're the new Reba.
I am. I'm fancy. Fancy, don't let them down. Here's your one shot, fancy, don't let them down.
Just because you're wearing red don't make you fancy.
I'm fancy. I'm a fancy fucker. We may end a little earlier now since ain't nobody here watching us anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking fuckers. She's
The Hammer. Badass judge. So it's like the Judge Judy sitcom?
Is it a sitcom?
Oh, I don't know.
Or is it a drama?
Drama.
It's a drama.
Could be a drama.
Drama, man. Show us the titty, Derek. He said it's a drama.
A drama. Well, that's good.
What station is it on? What network?
Or streaming service.
Yeah, that's true these days.
Straight to Peacock.
Peacock's doing well, though. But mainly with the WWE Network.
What was that, like NBC?
Yeah, and then CBS is Paramount.
Really?
Yeah. I have Paramount Plus. Just, I'm not sure what streaming service, but I see it on Facebook here. Hey, well, shit, okay. Well, all right, then, bitch.
Yeah, good for Reba. Shit.
Hell yeah, good for Reba contract. She needs to work. She needs money.
Yeah.
She's gonna have competition soon. She-Hulk.
Oh my God. We just watched the trailer on that on a stream, and oh my God, it looks really bad. It looks really bad.
It does.
Like, I saw the trailer once and was like, oh yeah, it looks pretty bad. But you watch on a second watch, I'm like, wow, this looks really bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh
it's
man.
Corny.
It's all around. It looks like shit. It's not gonna. It can't be a hit. It
I
will
thought that
be.
shit was a joke. Attorney at law. She-Hulk.
Oh my God, dude.
The unfortunate thing, it probably will be a hit, but it shouldn't be.
What if it's good?
I just don't see me sitting down and watching a fucking.
I have enough time in my life to dedicate 8 hours or more to She-Hulk.
Yeah, I just don't think it's something I'd be. I mean, I know I'm not interested in it at all. Not even.
No.
We're just not the target audience, Ben.
You know that.
Who is? Who is the target audience? I want to know who the fucking target audience for that bullshit is. 14-year-old girls?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Honestly, they'd be into it.
It looks
shit.
Oh, it looks pure bad. It looks pure.
Oh.
What have you done?
I dropped a little beer.
Alcohol abuse.
What's the name of that damn? What's the movie that was the all women's baseball team? Tom Hanks was in it.
League of Her Own.
Yeah, they got a series on Amazon Prime now.
What?
Yeah, made a series out of it.
Wait.
It actually looks decent. From the trailer I've seen, it looked decent.
We might have talked about this already. Have you seen Prey?
I have not. Is that a series?
No, it's just a movie.
Everybody's talking about it.
Right, and that's why I was asking. Have you seen it, Raisin?
Seen what?
Prey, the new Predator
Prey.
thing?
It's a new Predator movie on Hulu.
No, I didn't see it. I've heard of that though.
Everybody's talking. Everybody's saying this how good it is.
It's all right. It's all right.
Is it?
I mean, if you put it up to any other Predator movie, that's people are saying like, yeah, it's great. Like it's, of course, like I don't know, you can nitpick anything. Like me, like I guess, like I don't know. To me, like I feel like maybe some of the acting falls short, but at the same time,
well, they've always fell short in Predator movies.
That's right.
I mean, look, let's face the fact. Really, everybody talks about Predator 1, his original Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger can't act for shit, folks. Let's put it down there again. He's a horrible actor.
I was never that into Predator, to be honest.
But that was an awesome movie because it was just cool, and especially for its time. For its time, that was something unique and new.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't horrible at the time, but I wouldn't I never thought it was all that. Like
the CG was bad with the bears.
Well, it is now, but for the time, not really.
In Prey, there's a few animals that you just look at, and it's like, and I think Shabisky, and Shabisky said this. It's like they over animate it. It's like there's too much stuff moving on it. Like it looks, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't look real. Like you see every hair on the bear moving as it's running. Like it looks a little off. But
you and Colby Miss Parker.
What now?
Colby Parker.
Hi, Colby Parker.
Hello.
I don't know. Is that her?
I
I
don't
don't think
know.
so.
Maybe.
Any black person with the last name Parker's got it.
What?
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 Quit being racist, Dirt.
Yeah, Dirt.
Look, Prey was a good movie. I said.
I don't. Is this person? You said a black person with glasses. I do not see a black person there.
Black person with glasses? I ain't saying nothing about no black person with glasses.
You said it has to be Miss Parker if it's a black person with glasses?
I didn't say black person.
What did you say?
I said black person.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
It did look like a black person.
That's the palest black person I ever seen.
Well, I'm blind.
I don't even have my glasses on.
See, I seen the same meme Crow's talking about. I've seen people say to put the Predator in samurai times.
Well, you're a black woman now, Kobe.
See, wow.
Oh, time to pick up some music then. Yeah, I'm good.
But yeah, I'm wondering if this would start like a trend of like, horror franchises taking it back to like different time periods. Because people are asking for it now. I wouldn't be surprised.
Meow.
I tell you a show you need to watch. It's really good. It's got nothing to do with it, but Dark Winds on the AMC Plus. It's really good. Bunch of Native Americans.
Dark Wind?
Yeah, Dark Winds. It's based on it's based in the 70s on a reservation. And yes, they say Indian reservation in the movie, so that's the reason I'm saying that. Because back then they used the word, which a lot of natives call themselves that. But anyway,
I've heard more and more of that lately, like more and more and more of it. So I guess after they took all the mascot stuff down, all of a sudden they got more okay with it. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't write the rules.
Yeah, well, from what I think, always it's usually it's the loudest, it's noticed the most. But like they got this festival down here called Indian Festival, is what it's called, but it's named after one of the towns. I can't remember what it is, Mississippi. And there was a bunch of people trying to you can't do that, and it was natives who throw up the festival. Like fuck you, we call it the Indian Festival, bitch. It's what it is. So yeah. But anyway, Dark Winds is a very good movie. Good show, not movie, show. Very good. That's
What's that on?
AMC Plus.
AMC Plus original?
Yeah. Or it's an AM. I don't know if it's a Plus original or if it's an AMC show on AMC.
Is it new?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to AMC, so it could be just straight up on AMC.
American Movie Classics makes originals.
Walking Dead is from AMC.
Yeah,
So
AMC got a bunch of
original movies, though.
Yeah, AMC Plus has got original movies. They got a fucking Walking Dead.
But they're not classic.
You didn't realize that Walking Dead comes from AMC.
Suck nuts. It's not classic.
I mean, that is the name.
Suck nuts.
The names don't mean shit these days. Look, MTV. Music television. Where's the fucking music at?
It's in the 80s. That's where it's at.
Yeah. I remember when MTV actually had music on it.
I remember when they made M2 so you could actually have a music television channel that had music on it, and then that started playing fucking television shows too.
Yeah.
So it's bitches.
You know, VH1 came out and started playing all the then they started playing the shows. I miss video channels.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I miss music channels. We watch videos and shit.
Yes. Yes, with like different time slots, you could get your new music on and check shit out and see cool visuals and what the stories were. And I don't know. It's bullshit. World is bullshit.
World is bullshit. You
Bullshit.
fucking young people.
Headbangers ball. Damn right, Crow.
You goddamn young people with your fucking internets.
How do you know about Headbangers ball? Youngin.
He's seen it on the internet.
Oh.
He's seen some fucking YouTube video about it. The most memorable episode of Hamburger Ball to me was when fucking Nirvana went on there. Kurt Cobain was goddamn out of his fucking mind high. And wore the dress on there and shit, you know, and he was out of his fucking mind, bro.
A lot of people were back then. A lot of musicians, anyway, were crazy all over the place.
The dress just reminds me of, was it the Emmys they went to? Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park, they were tripping on acid and wore dresses to the Emmys, like shitty Goodwill-looking dresses.
Why not? They always talk about all the ladies' dresses. Why can't they wear dresses and get news articles, too?
Tripping nuts.
Huh? Well, there's no other way to do it right.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, I mean, it was cool and all, but after like we saw how many people there, we need to leave.
That would be every time I've ever tried.
The cool thing with Pimpmunk Plus, though, you get MTV stuff with it also. And they got the new original, you know, Beavis and Butthead got to show out.
Yeah.
About Beavis and Butthead, man. I think it's different.
You just like that creator, because it's the same creator that does Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill. There was other shows that guy did too.
Mike Judge, ain't that his name?
Is it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it is Mike Judge. Yeah.
People keep telling me to watch the new Beavis and Butthead too. It's on Paramount.
Co-creator, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Office Space, Idiocracy. They're all Mike Judge.
Yeah.
Office Space.
I know. I didn't realize that was Mike Judge till like
Idiocracy is a very good movie.
Ugh.
You don't like Idiocracy?
I don't like that it's coming true.
Oh.
TikTok with the commercials. I'm not sure Taco Bell runs everything, but
That's terrible.
everything is sponsored. Like Pfizer is the Taco Bell, and TikTok is the commercials. And yeah, we're pretty much there. And look at the streets of half the major cities. The garbage is literally piling up. And I'm sorry. I have a headache and I'm grumpy tonight.
Last year, Michael J. Fox entered the future. So Back to the Future was bullshit.
It's not the future anymore. It's back to the past.
Who's got a train in their backyard, right?
Me. And it's a while away, but you can only hear it at night.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Yo, this computer censors out like people cutting down trees next door.
Yeah.
And like literally this happened, but you can hear a train that's what, like a mile and a half down the road?
I hear that train coming.
Coming down the
track.
Around.
Running around the bend. I ain't seen them. I don't know where.
Coming round the track.
All right, motherfuckers and motherfuckers, we really not got one person watching.
We love Crow and Colby.
We do?
Yes.
Okay.
Say it. Say you love them.
No.
Say it.
Look at my pretty eyes.
What did you do? Did you beat up that mic? Look, he hates your eyes so much. He's so jealous that he's throwing a controller around like it's a bad video game. Like, how dare you fuck with my locks by flashing those eyes?
It's not fair.
You need to turn the fan on.
Yeah, right.
Maybe flowing hair.
Right?
Dude, it is getting hot in here for me.
It's getting hot in here.
Well, you know what to do. The song says.
Take off all your clothes, dirt.
Let's do it.
Well, since we're almost 10 minutes till anyway, so we'll go ahead and end it now.
What?
Yeah.
I thought that was leaning towards that we might as well finish it. He's like, fuck you.
I got a snort out of dirt there, didn't I?
That was me.
Was it you?
Yeah.
You snorty bitch.
I would have believed it was me. I was.
Oh man.
All right. So I'm gonna go make some money now.
Yeah, we just get to talk to a couple hundred people.
Yeah, you'll talk to a bunch of people.
Good night, Colby and Crow.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Raise some lights.